I don't want to be your family. I hate you people. I hate you. Divorce, bankrupt, suicide. You losers, you losers.
Who would have ever thought that a movie about a dysfunctional family driving almost half across the country to go to a junior beauty pageant would be so powerful? Little Miss Sunshine. Michael Arndt, who wrote the screenplay for this obscurely magical film, really had something to say about winners and losers. And not only is the message clear, but it's molded carefully through the characters' behaviors and motives. The film's theme revolves around winners and losers.
There are two kinds of people in this world: winners and losers. The sarcasm is the refuge of losers. I want you to go out in the world, and I want you to be winners.
But the story is used to prove a point about the world's outlook on those values. The characters in this story are obsessed with being the best, obsessed with winning and being number one. Richard is doing anything in his power to be the best, creating this 9-step program to success, trying to publish the idea, force down every single person's throat, but he winds up alienating himself from his family in the process. He forces it down his daughter's throat, fat-shaming a 7-year-old girl, and goes as far to bully Frank, a suicidal, depressed man, by continuously calling him a loser.
Wow, Richard, you really opened my eyes to what a loser I am. How much do I owe you for those pearls?
Oh, that one's on the house.
Frank's ability to be critical is at its best when he's putting himself down, and he's also obsessed with being number one. He was the number one Proust Scholar, but when MacArthur Foundation awarded a genius grant to the number 2 Proust Scholar, he tried to take his own life, and of course, beats himself up for that as well.
Yes, and I failed at that as well.
Dwayne is so consumed at his own drive for success that he has chosen not to speak, taking an entire vow of silence until he's reached his goal of becoming a fighter pilot. It's been 9 months and he hasn't said a word, hates the world around him, and doesn't want to have anything to do with his family. Alan's character is a bit different. He isn't obsessed with success, instead his addictive personality makes him pursue an opposite set of values. Alan doesn't care what others think and lives his life the way he wants to unapologetically. Unlike the rest of his family, he would rather spend his money and time on what pleases him, even if that makes him look like a loser. And of course, we can't forget about Olive. Olive is only 7 years old, wants nothing more than to win a beauty pageant. Richard, her father, ingrains it into her mind that if she believes she can win, then she will. And that's exactly what they all set out to do. They pack up the van and leave to California to go make Olive a winner. One of the first lines said in the movie is from Richard.
There are two kinds of people in this world: winners and losers.
The world wants us to believe that this is true, that you either win or lose, and that's it. But this film is pushing against that narrative. Grandpa Alan is actively counteracting his son's narrative, and he says something to Olive that really changes what she has been taught about winning and losing.
A real loser is somebody that's so afraid of not winning, they don't even try. Now you're trying, right? Well, then you're not a loser.
The next day, Grandpa Alan passes away from an OD after giving Olive the most important information she could get. Everyone is hell-bent on getting Olive to the pageant. The car breaking down won't stop them. The cops, not even the passing of Grandpa Alan, will stop them. They won't let any bit of this trip be in vain. At least until they fear that Olive is going to fail, is going to lose. They went through all this work and effort to only flinch away at the end and pull Olive away from her dream because of their fear of her losing. And they think they want to save Olive from the feelings that they had to endure. No one had even seen Olive's routine, but they were so caught up in their own fears that they were ready to pass judgment on an act they hadn't even seen. Grandpa Alan had been working with Olive on her dance routine, and it's exactly what you would expect from him. Naturally, the audience was appalled, but her family seems to have had a change of heart. Despite the hate, the booing, the embarrassment, the family stands with Olive as she finishes her routine. And now, just like Grandpa Alan, they all have a new set of values. They don't care what anyone thinks. They don't care if they're all called losers. They are doing what they want unapologetically. They weren't going to be seen as winners in the eyes of society, and that's okay. Once they realized that they were able to finally be a stronger family, to stand with each other, regardless of being a winner or a loser, When they realized it, they knew they were stronger. And they support each other, regardless of merit, regardless of status. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. Be yourself. Whatever you do, if it has your heart in it, it won't ever be a total loss.